Assignment Q. It says that explain the Ashore model. Ashore stand for A for analyze learner characteristics, S for state objectives, S select, modify, or design materials, U stand for utilize materials, R stand for require, learner response, and last is E stand for evaluation. Analyze. It is the first step in the process in which the teacher should learn the characteristic of the learners so that we teacher could gather enough information to help and gain the attention of our learners for the process of determining the specific strategies we impart to help them learn in an enjoyable way. Like for examples, we should know our learners, like when we teach toddlers, so we need to level our teaching so that the learners so that our learners will understand what we impart, or what we need to tell them. Like so if of our students is toddlers, so we need instructional materials that fit to their level of learning, I mean to say. The second step is the state on objective. So in this process, after we analyze, then it's time to state the standard and objectives for the learning module. This will help us as teacher to identify the specific learning materials to use to focus on what the learner will know or how to be able to do as a result of the instruction. Example of this is in a lesson plan. As a teacher, we set some objectives that at the end of the class the student should learn, or something like that. So we have the guide on how how the flow of our lessons should be, because we state our objectives there in the lesson plan. I think that's my explanation about this. Step in the process is to select, modify, or design materials. For me as a teacher, as a future educator, it is important for us to select, modify, or design our materials, because like for example in the classroom, if we use the correct instructional materials in our lesson, of course the learners will have the interest, and we can get their attention by only showing our materials. How much more if we deliver our lesson? So it is I can guarantee that if we use the right instructional materials, for sure we can get and we can deliver our lessons in a way that it is interesting for them, and at the same time they can enjoy the whole process of the lessons, like they're just watching a movie. So I guess it is very useful for us to select and modify the instructional materials that we used in the learning process. Steps of Ashore model is the utilize materials. This step of Ashore process is concerned with making a plan as how we utilize the technology, media, and materials that we have selected. As with all the instructional steps, we must make sure that our plans attribute towards producing the objectives that we have laid down the ideas. It's important also to follow the 5 P's process to achieve this utilize materials. We have the preview the technology. The second is prepare the technology. Third is prepare the environment. Fourth is prepare the learners. And fifth is provide the learning experiences. Through this, as a educator, we can utilize our materials in a smooth way, because we have already the patterns or the flow of how we can utilize the materials. The fifth step is the required learning response. It says that it is these steps actually belongs within the early steps. It requires that we make plans on how we are going to actively engage our students in the materials that we are teaching. My explanation about this is like, for example, so if you are teaching in a grade 6 class, and we can already assign them some certain topic that they will discuss. We need if we give them that kind of topic, so we can assign them like in a group reporting. So each member of the group will impart their knowledge about the certain topic they are explaining. So we can by then we can gain the learner's response about the topic. Last step of Assure model is the evaluation and revise. It is the final step in the Assure process. It is just as crucial as all of the others. In this step, we evaluate the impact of our teaching on the student learning. This includes an evaluations of our teaching strategies and the technology, the media, and the materials that we used. Evaluation is important in the process, because through evaluation we will know that the learning takes place in the learning takes place in our learners, because we can see that if they learned something throughout the process of our teaching. It's a process of our teaching, and we can say that if the learners learn something from us, so we can say that we are effective. We are effective teachers through our learners. Therefore, I conclude that the Assure process is really just a matter of common sense. However, it is good to follow a regimented guide to improve our teaching technique. It says that any effective teacher should know that the perfection of their techniques does not come overnight, and there is always a room for improvement. And by following the Assure process, we will be sure to improve our teaching for many years to come.